Hey, what's up, guys? This is Marseille, aka the Property Pastor, coming at you one more time with another amazing video to help you in your real estate journey. Here at the Property Pastor. Our goal is to unlock the secrets of wealth building through real estate knowledge, education, and experience. So, I want to talk to you today about a subject called house hacking. And house hacking is a phenomenal way to get started in real estate investing. It's a great way to get started if you're young. You're maybe those of you who might be under 30 years old. If you've never bought a house, you never used the FHA First Time Home Buyer Program, I want to hip you to this subject called house hacking, which will be phenomenal for you to get started. I was talking to one of my cousins earlier this week. She's in her 20s, just getting started in her career and things like that, trying to figure out, where to put her money and stuff like that. So I talked to her a lot about this subject, and I thought it'd be a great idea to give you guys a video on the same subject called house hacking. Before we jump in, I want to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube page down in the bottom right corner of your screen. By doing so, you're going to get access to great content that we're putting out to help you in your journey. So let's talk about it. Before we jump in, I want to tell you a quick story about two different people, right? So the first person, his name is Rich Poorman. And Rich Poorman, he likes to go out every single weekend. He's got a really nice apartment. He likes to travel to nice places. He loves to go to the Bahamas. This guy's been all over. Every quarter he's going to a different place, posting pics on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff about where he's traveled. He loves to party every weekend, loves to turn up and all those kind of things like that. Go to the club, likes to be seen. He's got a nice watch. He's got the latest iPhone. This guy stays fresh. But the problem with Rich Poorman is that he's really broke. He's a consumer, and really, as soon as he gets money, he spends it. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of us live life. That's how a lot of us get into debt. That's how a lot of us, really mess up our money and don't get anywhere. We kind of stay in the rat race. So that's Rich's story. But then I want to talk to you about another guy. This other guy's name is Dave Dollar. Dave Dollar, he's into investing his money, right? He brown bags it to work for lunch every day. He's not going out eating lunch and spending $8-10 every day. He's making a sandwich, making a salad at home, bringing it in. He drives a used car. It's a late model car, but it's paid for. He doesn't have a car note. He doesn't really buy a whole lot of new clothes. He's just, he's vanilla. He's a boring guy. But the thing about it, one thing he did was he bought his first home using his house hacking strategy that I'm going to tell you about. And he built a portfolio that made him millions. And he retired financially free at a very young age. So I want to hip you to Dave Dollar's strategy called house hacking. And really, it's a great way to get started in real estate investing. So for most people, the majority of folks in this country, their top three expenses are where they live, what they eat, and what they drive. So the number one expense for most people is their housing, right? So that typically takes up to 30 to 50% of income that people bring in. But I want to talk to you a little bit about house hacking and this strategy. I'm just going to teach you how to eliminate that number one expense that many people have, basically in your 20s, right, or early 30s, or whatever the case might be. So this program, it really works for those who are first-time home buyers. It works best for them, even though you can use it if you're not a first-time home buyer. But the thing about the house hacking strategy is that it allows you to basically eliminate your housing expense, which, as I mentioned, may take up to 30 to 50% of your income or your expenditures every month. So let's say, for example, hypothetically, you're 25, 30 years old, whatever the case might be, single, and you're paying $700 a month for rent right now. What that means is that every single year you're paying about $8,400 to someone else and getting basically nothing in return for that. So what we're going to do is take advantage of the first time home buyer program or the FHA program. It's a government backed program that helps first time home buyers, right? So basically the way the program works is that you can go out and you can find a home and purchase that house for about 3% down. So to make the math really easy for us today, I like things simple because that's, it's easier to follow and things like that. But we're going to go, and as a first-time home buyer, Dave Dollar, what my man did was he went and found a $100,000 home, right? He put 3% down on that home, right? Which basically is just $3,000. So for $3,000, Dave Dollar bought his first house, right? So I mean, $3,000 is not a lot of money. You know, you can come up with $3,000 without a lot of sacrifice. But so Dave goes and he buys his house, right? So let's say, for example, you find that house 100K, put 3K down, and now you have your own home. So you're gonna look for. We're gonna go and we're gonna try to find a 3 or 4 bedroom house. Um, and basically, the house hack, the way it works is that you rent the rooms out to other people. You go and you find roommates. So remember, the rent that we were paying for an apartment was $700 a month. Now, for easy math, we're just going to say that the mortgage on this $100,000 house is about $750 a month. That's going to include the principal, the interest, the taxes, and the insurance cost. So with a 3 or 4 bedroom house, you're going to go and you're going to live in one room, and you're going to rent the remaining rooms out to other people. So this strategy works best if you're single, because if you go and get married, your spouse is probably not going to want some strangers living in other rooms while you're, living life as a married couple, right? So I think the strategy works best for singles under the age of 30, even though folks have done it as married couples as well, right? People do it with duplexes where they live in one side and they rent the other side out, or a triplex and a fourplex and things like that. But basically, let's go back to our 3 bedroom house example. Okay, so right now we purchased a 3 bedroom house. We're living in one of the rooms, and then we're going to just rent the other 2 rooms out for $500 each. Remember, our mortgage cost was $750 a month. Okay, so if I've got 2 more additional roommates, that means I'm bringing in $1,000, which after I've paid all my mortgage costs, I now have $250 left over, which that's primarily going to just go towards utilities and things like that. And even then, you can charge an amount for utilities as well to kind of defray your costs. But let's just make it simple, right? So after we've paid our $750, we got an additional $250 after our 2 roommates have paid for the mortgage. Guess what? You are living for free. So the $700 you were paying for rent, now people are paying that for you, and you're actually making a little bit of extra money. Now let's say, for example, we got really smart and we bought a 4 bedroom house, right? And we rented out 3 of the rooms. At that point, your number is going up to $750 a month. So now you used to pay $700 out every month for your place to live in your apartment. But now you bought a 4 bedroom house for 100K, and essentially you are making $750 a month. Now, if you're smart like Dollar Dave, that $700 a month you were paying in rent, you're not going to go out and now buy new iPhones and new cars and vacations, things like that. You're going to put that money to work, right? And the thing about it is compounding interest. I've done other videos about that. You can really create a snowball of wealth accumulation in a very short amount of time. So let's think about this. We put $3,000 in. We were paying $8,400 a month, and now if I'm making, let's say, $700 a month, I'm now making $8,400 a month. Okay, that's just through what I'm making in rent from a 4 bedroom house, not including the $700 that I'm no longer spending on rent as well. So you can basically double that amount. So I don't know about you, but it was really nice to be 25, 26 years old, bringing in an extra 15 to 17 grand per year. That's pretty good. So the wonderful part about all of this is you get the other benefits of real estate, right? So you're getting the appreciation for the property itself. You're also getting tax savings. You're getting the debt pay down of your mortgage, and someone else is doing that. Remember that $700 that we used to spend for rent, you no longer have to spend for your house because other people living there, they're not paying you, right? So you get to be the landlord. So, but also think about the FHA program is that you can actually go out and reuse it, right? So after a year, legally you can go and buy another home. Now there are some rules and regulations that you have to follow when doing so. There's some stipulations and things like that, but basically you could do that. You can go buy you another house. You can actually just move out, get another home, because remember you've just made almost $15,000 in the first year alone, which in a traditional investment of another 100K, even if you don't qualify for FHA again, you need 20% down for your second property. You're just about there, right? 15 grand or so. Now you got another 5 grand to make up. So within a year and a half, you've got enough money to go and buy another property, right? So and that's what Dollar Dave did. He became a millionaire as a result of it. That's a very doable strategy that people are following every day. If you don't decide if you decide that you want to sell the house, right? You want to sell it, right? You can actually sell that house and kind of trade up. As time goes on, you can avoid the taxes through doing something called a 1031 tax exchange, which basically the IRS allows you to sell a house, buy another house of like value, and defer the taxes to a much later date. So you can go and not you can avoid all the capital gains taxes and things of that nature. So that's the house hack. All right. So you can easily go from spending 700 bucks a month, 8,400 bucks a year, to essentially taking that same 700 and now saving that, but in addition making another 700 or so a month, right? Literally, money that was going out was now double going in, right? So that's a pretty nice hack that's doable for someone in their 20s. So hey, I want to encourage you, if you're single, you're young, you can come up with $3,000. You've never bought a house before. Stop flushing your money down the toilet. Learn how to house hack, because it is a phenomenal way to get started in real estate investing. I wish somebody, if I had a time machine, I would go back to myself, years ago when I was in my 20s. And I would have bought a house and I would have rented the other two rooms out, of course, until my wife came along and changed everything for me or whatever. But that's something I want to share with you guys. It's something that works. People do it every single day. You can Google it. There's books written about it, et cetera, et cetera. But it is a path to financial freedom that's very doable, very realistic. So I wanted to hip you to that knowledge. Wanted to share it with you. If you got any questions, you got comments, post them down in the section. We'll get back to you. And hey, until the next time, more valuable insight, information is coming your way. God bless. Talk to you guys next time. Love you, and take care. Bye bye.